in your work, you obviously get to see a lot of emerging, excited entrepreneurs. And out of those, the women, how do you see them as leaders? And in your experience, what kind of leadership qualities do they have?
Well, when I think of Roshani Zafar, who is a Pakistani woman who started Kashif Microfinance Bank, first, what we were talking about, courageous, in that she had a very good job at the World Bank, and her father is a senator in Pakistan. So she called him to say she was quitting her job because she had seen Dr. Yunus speak, and that she was going to start microfinance. And he said, "My daughter, are you calling to ask for advice or to give me information?" And she said, "Well, Papa, I'm calling to give you information." So courageous. Second, deep commitment to a purpose that's higher than herself. And deep commitment to understanding the women to whom she lends. It's a really big deal. She works in rural areas of Pakistan. They only lend to women. As I said, it's often for family businesses, but the women has responsibility for the loan. And when times have been tough, and she went through a very difficult situation when a local politician spread rumors that she was dead and people didn't have to repay their loans. Roshani, rather than running away or hiding or telling lies, got on television and said, "Here I am," went out to talk to the women because she had built a lot of trust. And she had worked from the ground up to really understand what it took to serve women in the community. And she's so proud of seeing and being able to tell the world that women want to make their own choices and take care of their own lives. And I think that kind of leadership is a role model not just for women again, but for all of us.
Yeah, I agree. Why should people contribute to the Acumen Fund, and how can they get involved to support your movement?
Great.
Whether they're wealthy or whether they're like me or whether they're an elementary school student. So kind of,
soap opera on
I
this
know.
side. She's crying.
So basically, like,
it's kind of like a Saturday Night Live skit.
that's Atlanta. So basically, like, financially, volunteering.
Yeah, I got it. I got it. So people should give to Acumen Fund because it's part of a new way. It's part of the new world that really is not just an experiment anymore, but is a way of showing that we can take our charitable money and we can make real impact, not just today, not just with a one-time gift to a person, but by building sustainable systems that will allow them every single day to get access to that water or that health care or that solar light. The second reason, so it's really about being part of a movement that I think is just growing, and we need people all over the world to be part of it. The second is just from thinking about the impact of your contribution. For every dollar that Acumen Fund invests in a company in the developing world for the poor, we see $4 additional going into those companies. And so we're bringing money into markets that have never had smart money invested in them before. The third is that we really are seeing results. We've invested $50 million. All of the debt that is owed to Acumen Fund is being repaid to Acumen Fund. And we've seen our investments create more than 35,000 jobs and really start to build systems that didn't exist before, whether it's ambulances or maternal health care or bed nets or energy in the most far-flung rural villages of India. The fourth is that we have a commitment not only to measure the change that we make, as well as be honest about the money that's come back to Acumen, but we talk about mistakes, we talk about failures, and we talk about what we've learned from those failures. So being part of Acumen is not only being part of a movement, but it's also using your philanthropic money in the best way we think it can be used. How to get involved? There are lots of levels. Obviously, people can contribute to Acumen Fund, and we've got many different levels. We have Acumen Fund Partners, which is at the high end. People can join at $10,000 and above per year. But we have 7-year-olds that give us $20 that they raised at a lemonade stand to be part of what Acumen Fund does, and that can be done online. The second is to really do what you do, Erin. It's to blog about it, write about it, put the message out into the world, get other people to know about what Acumen Fund is. We have chapters that are emerging. We have 10 now around the world, everywhere from Sydney, Australia, to London, to Karachi, to Toronto, and Vancouver, and San Francisco, and New York. And there are about 4,000 young professionals that are part of these chapters. They are raising money for Acumen Fund. They are having events. They're talking about issues. They are really getting to know each other and us, and are part of facilitating that movement. Then there's having book clubs with the Blue Sweater, using it as a teaching tool, getting these ideas of patient capital out into the world so that we can have a more informed conversation about the kind of change we need to make. And if you want to give a little of your time and a little of your money, all it takes, again, is that first step. I think it's an incredible world to be a part of. So thank you for asking the question.
Yeah.